What's good, y'all? It's your boy Sean P. the Blunt guy. Hey! And we are back with another One Piece chapter reaction. Today we will be reacting to One Piece chapter 1081. The title is Kuzan, 10th Captain of the Blackbeard Pirates. Ooh. That is a bomb drop right there. That is a bomb drop for sure. That just decimated some of my theories. God dang. Now before we get into the chapter, make sure you guys hit that like button. Also subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. Comment down below. Let me know what you think of the reaction. What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? What did I miss? Let me know in the comments. Also, make sure you guys are following me on Twitch so you can catch me live and you can engage with me in real time. And if you want to get at me directly, make sure you follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and join the Discord. The Discord is going to be the best place to get at me. That's where I'm usually the most active at. And if you want to send me content to react to, I have a submission channel in the Discord so you guys could put videos, whether you're a content creator or you are just somebody who likes a specific video, want me to react to. Make sure you're a part of the Discord and you can submit your videos there. Also, if you guys want to be part of a future discussion stream, you must be a member of the Discord. So yeah, y'all, like I said, today's chapter is chapter 1081, Kuzan, the 10th captain of the Blackbeard Pirates. Based on the title alone, seems like we got confirmation that Aokiji is the 10th Titanic captain. And that, I think that kind of pretty much destroys some of my theories that I had. But hey, it is what it is. You know, that's kind of the thing with making theories. Sometimes you could be right, sometimes you could be wrong. It is what it is. But I think I also got spoiled on some of this stuff because I've been trying to dodge spoilers like crazy for this chapter, but it's been hard. So unless the panels that I've seen were fake, I don't know. But man, I will say though, this title just it was kind of a bomb drop for me. It was kind of a bomb drop for me. But yeah, let's definitely get into this chapter. So we got Luffy on the Shonen Jump page. Everybody got cat ears on. All the characters in the they got cat ears. Cool. It's cool. So, all right, so now we get a full cover page spread with all what it looks to be all the Straw Hat Men. I don't see Nami and Robin in this one, but they all kind of lounging around in a circle. I'm trying to see if I see anything you could, theorize in it. Chopper got a shirt on. I don't really know what that says. It says something like Caillou. I don't know. I don't know what that says. I have to look at it on my phone or something. Sanji's reading the cookbook. Luffy, Usopp, Brook, Zoro, Frankie, they all sleep. They got chipmunks around them in bubbles. Are they snot bubbles? Yeah, I'm assuming they're snot bubbles. Hey, Oda, like, yo, this is Oda bringing the bubbles into play. I'm telling y'all, bubbles are going to be a big thing in the series moving forward, I think. Because he's been making a big emphasis on bubbles, especially the bubble technology. Sabaody had the whole bubbles and everything, right? But I think Kuma's ability works as like a bubble as well, right? Like he shoots you, you're like in this big bubble that takes you from one place to another, and then yeah, you drop, leave a big paw mark, bam. But yeah, bro, these bubbles. What's up with the bubbles, man? What's up with the bubbles? All right, okay, now let's get into this chapter though. Chapter 1081, Kuzan, 10th captain of the Blackbeard Pirates. All right, so we get a full shot of Full Lead. We got the skull in the background. We see Garp's ship still in the air. Bro, I want to know how Garp got his ship in the air. Do they got like coupe de burst? Like, does his ship have like coupe de burst? or did he like throw it? Because we know Garp's strong as hell, so I wouldn't be shocked if Garp threw that shit. I'm just more shocked on his ability to be able to jump on it. Like what's the dude name from Dragon Ball? He's the one who used to kick the trees, throw these trees in the air, then jump on the tree, and then that's how he traveled. But yeah, I don't know if Garp's that agile. Then again, you know, I used to fight Roger, so I won't put it past Garp being that agile. It said, where will this battleship land? Good question. Good question. Okay, so we do get a better scope. We do get a better scope of how big that punch that Garp did last chapter was. I think some people said it was like engulfing the whole island or at least the whole city, the whole town or whatever. It's not that big, but it does cover a big portion of land though. It does cover a big portion of land. And you could see like Garp as a speck, so it is a pretty big blast. It's still impressive nonetheless. It's just not destroying the whole island big, you know what I mean? But I wouldn't be shocked if Garp could lay out a blast bigger than that, especially in his prime. Like if this was prime Garp, probably would have took out the whole island. I wouldn't be shocked if he took out the whole island, right? All right, so we see all the pirates like flying in the air from the explosion of the blast. Garp has a hockey infused fist. You can see like the electric sparks radiating from his fists. Some of the pirates say it's going to crush us. You know, we see some. Oh, they're talking about that ship. I'm assuming they're talking about the ship. Okay. So, what's the prince's name? His name is Prince Groose, I think. Prince Groose. He uses a clay ordination. Clay ordination creates like I guess like some clay thing to catch the ship, where the ship is like about to land on Garp, but I guess he's going to stop it from landing on Garp, even though that ship ain't doing nothing to Garp, even if it did land on my guy Garp. Bro, my man Garp. I already know though, bro. Garp. Because I'm assuming we going to get Aokiji versus Garp. That's what I'm assuming. I'm assuming that Aokiji's going to put a stop to Garp. Man, I just hope Garp. I don't think Garp dying in this chapter. I don't think Garp dying though. It's not to say he won't eventually die. That's not to say he's not going to eventually die from this, but I don't think it's going to be this chapter. All right, so I see Tashigi. She's like on. I don't remember what you call those ship. Like the big posts, those big columns on ships that hold the sails. I forget what you call them, but look like Tashigi's on one of those. And the pirates say, Garp, that bastard. I'll never forgive you, you old fossil. Bro, I swear, y'all, if Garp died, bro, I might legit cry, bro. I might legit cry because Garp, top 5, one of my favorite characters, bro. The mask, that's what you call those things, the mask. But yeah, I am getting death flags though with Garp. And I don't want my homie Garp to die, man. But I think it's going to get to a point where we might start seeing like some of the old guys start to die off. At least Garp might be one of them, if not all of them. Garp says, listen up, you snot-nosed pirates. If you so much as blink, you'll end up in a world of pain. And then we see all these pirates laid out, bro. Are those the ones who was talking all that right? Did he like use Conqueror's hockey or something? Or did he just like knock them all out? I'm confused, you know. I'm confused if he like knocked them out with hockey or if he punched all of them. The ones that was just talking about, the ones that was just calling him an old fossil. you know. And so Garp is looking at there's like ruins all in front of him and said, what a letdown. Talk about frustrating. I really lost my touch. Yeah, that's that old age getting to you, Garp. It's that old age getting to you. And it says, you gotta be kidding. That wasn't enough destruction for you, old man. Bro, Garp and Luffy, bro. Garp and Luffy. Luffy is really like a mini pirate version of Garp. I'm telling you. Someone says, Vice Admiral Garp. Garp says, Kobe, you don't look too shabby. And then Beppo says, damn you, Kobe. I'm so glad you weren't murdered. Yo, fact. All right, so we see the other Marines, Prince Groose. I forget what was old girl name who was whipping the buildings. She like whipping the buildings and making the move. I forget her name, but she's like next to Groose. She says, Garp-san sure is a naughty boy, running wild like that. And then Groose says, I can't believe he just called Kobe the future of the Marines. I can't let him get ahead. And then she says, say whatever you want behind their backs, but you can't deny their bond is wholesome and cute. Bro, I'm telling y'all, man, Kobe is going to carry on Garp's. He's going to carry on Garp's will. I'm telling you. I'm telling you that now. Garp. I get why Garp might have to die, because I think when Garp dies, it's going to help boost Kobe and put him in that spotlight, and he's going to like replace Garp's role in the story, right? I always say Kobe is the Garp to Luffy's Roger. You know what I mean? So it kind of makes sense for Garp to have to, but Garp's still the man though. Until he dies, he's still the man. Garp says Kobe, or they say Kobe, Captain Kobe, Kobe-kun. It says, that you, Tashigi-san? Wow, even non-sword members came. And then I forget that girl name. The one that everybody says is Akaino's granddaughter or daughter or whatever. Because of her name, she has a name similar. I think it's Habanero or something like that. Habanero. And she says, Vice Admiral Kobe Senpai ain't safe yet. If he keeps running with that shackle on, he'll wind up dead. Oh. Kobe says, please help. And old girl gets frozen. Habanero gets cooled down. Habanero gets cooled off. Hibari, that's her name, Hibari. Hibari gets cooled off. We already know who this is. Did Kobe even realize it though? I don't think Kobe realized that Hibari got frozen. Cause he's been looking forward, and she's been behind him, so I don't think Kobe notices. But Kobe's running, carrying that ball and chain. Oh boy. Aokiji. You better leave Garp alone. I already know where we're at with this. Kobe turns around and says, Hibari-san. The one girl with the whip says, Hibari. And then Garp looks displeased. And then we see the bottom half of a certain someone standing right in front of Garp. I think we know who this is, because Garp says, Kuzan. And then Kobe says, Kuzan-san. That's the tongue. Kuzan-san. What are you doing? Please hurry and unfreeze Hibari-san. The other pirate says, yeah, it's Aokiji. Let's air it for Captain Kuzan. Show him Kuzan-chan. Man, the disrespect. Y'all call Kuzan-chan? What? You men need to be executed. Calling him Kuzan-chan. The disrespect. I am appalled. Aokiji says, it'd be a bad look if Kobe escapes while Teach is away. Bro, this man Aokiji is loyal. He's loyal to Captain Marshall D. Teach. Oh, man. Okay, are we getting some Akainu? Because it says 2 years ago, Akainu and Aokiji had a fierce duel over the Fleet Admiral position roughly a year after that. Whoa, what the hell happened? Somebody says, forget that. It's Blackbeard. Let's get the hell out of here. On a certain island in the New World. So we see Aokiji, and then I think that's Blackbeard. He bursts through a door. He says, there's no point asking who did it. There's only one person on the stinking planet capable of this. There you are, Aokiji. Okay, so we see that Aokiji froze San Juan Wolf. Bruh. Yo, don't tell me Aokiji no diff San Juan Wolf. He like no diff my man. He said, why do you have to freeze all my buddies out there? You better undo it. So, okay, so we're getting how Aokiji, this whole relationship with Aokiji and Blackbeard started. He said, man, you're loud. I'm assuming that's Aokiji speaking. So I think twice about using your quake powers. You'll shatter those buddies of yours. Aokiji out here playing chess. He out here playing chess. He like, look, use that power, bro. That's exactly why I froze him, so you can't use that power. But but Blackbeard does have 2 devil fruits. So I mean, unless Aokiji has like a counter for the yami abilities, you know. And then Aokiji says, you know how your men are, or you know how your men are. You're their captain, right? You really think I'm the one who picked this fight? Besides, you must have heard what happened. I'm pretty heartbroken right now. And guess who's to blame for my foul mood? Okay, I'm assuming he means Akainu. So we see San Juan eating like a big piece of fish. San Juan looks a lot smaller here. He looks a lot smaller. So I'm assuming he either shrank or maybe he didn't. Yeah, I'm assuming he shrank. Blackbeard says, Z ha ha ha. You're one crazy son of a bitch, Ice Pops. And Aokiji said, da ha ha ha. First time we get a laugh from Aokiji, as far as I remember. And he said, look who's talking. Wish we had more booze here. And Blackbeard says, so what did that Akainu prick say after that? After what? So Aokiji's sitting here telling the story. We don't get that. We not getting that. Man, I thought we was going to get some Akainu and Aokiji stuff. Like, I thought we was going to see how that whole thing transpired after the fight. Guess not. I guess Oda's still going to save that. All right, so we see Katarina Divine and Lafitte, and then Jesus Burgess and Augur. I don't see Vasco shot or okay, they are. They're there. Aokiji says, to think we came up together and now we gotta kill each other. It makes my blood boil. Then I said, that'll be the magma. And then, okay, so then we see uh, the corrupt king. What's now I'm having brain farts. Why do they always come? We see the corrupt king. That's what I'm. Until I remember his name, I'm calling him the corrupt king. He's laughing, Naya or Naya, ha 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 ha. He got like a cat themed laugh. So I wonder what like is that like part of his race? Like what? Pizarro. Like why does his whole theme kind of revolve like cats and stuff? Now Aokiji said, as you can see, I'm down the leg thanks to him. I have to use my ice to replace it. Oh, and then we see his leg and how he could break it and then reform it. And then Pizarro says, Gaia, you admirals sure don't fool around. What about Akaino? Did you tear off an arm? And then Aokiji said, nah, but I'm sure he's pretty banged up all over. Yeah, Aokiji didn't do no damage. Oh my goodness, Aokiji ain't do no lasting damage to Akaino. Come on now. Akaino still got all his limbs. You know, he got all his limbs. He might have a scar though. He might have a scar though. But he ain't like take no limb with him. I really like how we're getting more with the Blackbeard pirates as far as seeing them talk and say stuff and give a little characterization to them, you know. Katarina says, Muhihihi. Speaking of injuries, Commodore. See, she's even speaking to Blackbeard with respect, you know. Commodore, do you reckon this guy has info on the man marked by flames? Aokiji said marked by flames. I remember people thought Aokiji was the man marked by flames. I was like, nah, I don't think that. I think whoever the man marked by flames has to do with Ohara. It just made the most sense that, you know, when it come to poneglyphs, if you're talking about a man marked by flames, it would have something to do with Ohara, given that it burned down. And I was right. Even though I was wrong about all the speculations I had, I didn't think it was going to be Saul. But Saul was connected with Ohara. I speculated it could be like Robin's dad. You know, that's who I speculated. But it was Saul. I'm pretty sure it's Saul. Based on that Dragon and Vegapunk chapter we got when they were at Ohara. Jesus Burgess says there are 4 super valuable red poneglyphs out there. Kaido and Big Mom apparently have one each. And then Blackbeard says that means 2 of them are up for grabs, but there's no knowing where they are. We heard a rumor that the man marked by flames has one. Oh, so that's I'm curious. Was that other poneglyph on Ohara? The other roll poneglyph? Like how did there was one in Fishman Island. I remember there was one in Fishman Island. Did Jaguar D Saul take that one? Or if let's say I'm wrong and it's still not Saul and it's still somebody else, did they take the one from Fishman Island? Aokiji says, I do? And then Vasco Shot says, not you. You only got the scar recently. Oh, so Aokiji was talking about like he was the man marked by flames. Like, he was like, y'all talking about me? Oh, so okay, yeah. So whoever the man marked by flames was, it can't possibly be Aokiji because they've had it for a while at this point, way before Aokiji had his scars. So yeah, Aokiji is definitely eliminated. confirmed, even though I never thought it was Aokiji in the first place. But for the people who did think it was Aokiji, I think this is pretty much confirmation. Vasco Shot says, "Gla ga 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 ga." And then we see Lafitte. He says, "Ho ho ho. It is said that man can be found on a pitch black ship. And if anyone sails near, they end up swallowed by giant whirlpools." So maybe it's not Saul. And they say he may very well have a fruit power. And then we get Shiru, my guy. I like Shiru. Shiru was probably one of my favorite Blackbeard pirates. He says, "I bet he's with the government. We all know they're hardly angels. It wouldn't be surprising if they kept a stone or two for themselves. It'd be a surefire way of preventing any pirate from ever claiming the One Piece." Bro, that is facts. That is facts. Shiro is definitely dropping some facts. Like, I would not be shocked if the world government has one. Like, oh no, it can't, because we know where one of the three is. Like, we know that. So Blackbeard isn't aware that one of the poneglyphs are on Zoe. Or is on Zoe. Because we got the one on Zoe, the one Big Mom has, the one that's at Wano, and then there was that one that was at Fishman Island. So that's the one that the man marked by flames must have. I'm still calling Saul until I'm wrong. Until I'm wrong. I'm riding with Saul until the wheels fall off. Aokiji says the poneglyphs hold nothing but bitter memories for me. I don't remember seeing any giant garish red stone at Ohara. What I do remember is a dear friend taking a stand against the government. I'm telling you, he's talking about Saul, bro. He's talking about Saul. You see, he's talking about Saul right now. And they're talking about the man marked by flames. Coincidence? I think not. And Angel continues, or I said Angel. Aokiji continues, and the traumatized eyes of a little girl, Nico Robin. He said, that forced me to take fate into my own hands. And then I think that's Jesus Burgess. He says, what's with the sob story? And we see, what's the name? Lafitte. We see Lafitte. I'm trying not to say Lafayette here. We see Lafitte whisper to Blackbeard, Commodore, what do you want to do? His power could be quite useful. Should we steal it? Oh, they talking about stealing this man's powers. And then Aokiji says, I can hear you, asshole. I'll send you all back to the Ice Age. And they said, what? Yo, Aokiji is not having it, bro. He is not having it. He says, I heard you were hunting devil fruits. Bring it on. And they said, hang on, Kuzan. And then Blackbeard says, my pal's just being an idiot. I wasn't planning on doing that. In fact, Lafitte about to start some stuff. Blackbeard says, how would you like to join our crew? They say, Captain, you're nuts. You're basically out of a job, right? Got any other prospects? The Guardians of Justice dumped you, so what's next? And then Aokiji says, I live by a different definition of justice. Or no, I think that's Blackbeard saying that. Blackbeard says, I live by a different definition of justice. Aokiji says, don't be a moron. You can't think a couple of drinks is enough to win me over. And then Blackbeard says, hey, you got pirates all wrong. We ain't just a merry band of scum. Or we ain't just a merry band of chums bumming around together. We all profit from having our own agendas. That's what makes pirates, or that's what makes us pirates. And then I think we're back to the present, and Aokiji's still thinking what Blackbeard says. He says, "You're free now. So what do you want to do?" Don't tell me Aokiji's actually buying in to Blackbeard. Like really buying into Blackbeard. You know, I, come on, Aokiji. You better than that, bro. You are better than that to be buying into Blackbeard. Next page. So we see Garp yelling at Aokiji. He says, "Hey Kuzan, you'd better unfreeze Hibari. Let us take Kobe and get your ass back in uniform." And I low key don't think that I don't think like Garp is going to die yet, because we know that Kobe, like, we know that Blackbeard was going to try to use Kobe as a bargaining chip, but he can't because Kobe's a member of Sword. So according to Aokiji, it's not going to work, right? So Garp is actually a way better bargaining chip than Kobe, because Garp is legend, being a hero of Marines and everything. He might actually be a better option. And we don't know if Garp is fully sword, or we don't know if he's sword. So if Garp ain't sword, then he could be he could be used. You know, it would be a bad look if the Marines and the world government don't bargain for somebody like Garp. You know. Aokiji says, "You're as direct as ever, Garp-san. I've always loved that about you. And that's why I'm not going to do any of those things. I've decided to live life on my own terms." Then we get an older box confirming 10th captain of the Blackbeard Pirates, Kuzan. And then Aokiji turns Garp into an ice ball, and they say, "Vice Admiral." And Aokiji says, "Your number one protege versus your new favorite. Can you kill one to save the other?" Bruh. Garp says, "You can't stop me like that, you dumbass." And then he like breaking the ice, and he says, "I thought I told you to live in the now." And Garp breaks out, and we see a blue hole. Did he use the blue hole to break? Okay, so he punches Aokiji and send Aokiji flying. It looks like, bruh. I don't know, man. Aokiji might actually be sipping the Kool-Aid, bro. Aokiji might actually be sipping the Kool-Aid. It's seeming like it could be the case. Now, there's still part of me that say Aokiji isn't fully all in on Blackbeard, but it's possible, right? It's possible. Unless he's just trying to look super convincing, it's possible. So we go to Winter Island, New World. And we see an explosion on the island. And Blackbeard is standing. He has what looks to be a little blood on his face. Then we see Law's hat on the ground. And it says, "The Polar Tang, the Heart Pirate submarine, is currently sinking to the ocean floor, torn to pieces." And we see I think the guy's name is Joan Vark or something like John Vark or something like that. He's in the water. We see a couple other Law's subordinates in the water. And we hear Blackbeard's laugh, Z ha 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 ha. Without a ship, you can't even call yourselves pirates anymore, let alone escape. And then Law and Beppo both on the floor, laid out. Blackbeard says, the owners of the 100 hearts you stole at Rocky Port are still living on Pirate Island. I bet they'll be thrilled if I bring them your heart. We'll have a toast. Bro. Blackbeard talking. So we got Blackbeard, Kid both defeated. And then it's like Beppo is laid out on the ground and he's thinking of something. And he says, you really made these? And he's thinking of what Chopper said. Chopper says, I can't guarantee it'll work, okay? And then we see Beppo eat something. It says munch. Are we about to see Sulong Beppo? So Blackbeard has beaten Law. Shanks has beaten Kid. So it's like Law and Kid can't beat Yonko on their own just yet. I still don't know if Luffy could, because if Kaido came back full 100%, I don't know if Luffy could beat Kaido on a one-on-one, right? Like Luffy beat a worn down Kaido, but I don't know if he's gonna be able to beat Kaido one-on-one. But bruh, we just saying that Law and Kid ain't ready. I still give Luffy the benefit of the doubt because he at least has a W. These two, they beat a Yonko together, but individually, they have not proven that they could beat a Yonko. And to Law's credit, he put up way more of a fight than Kid did. To Law's credit. Blackbeard says, now what should we do with the OP fruit? Sell or use it? So it don't seem like Blackbeard has any intention of actually having the fruit for himself. But does Blackbeard not know about that immortality surgery? Because if he did, I think Blackbeard would want to use it. For real, for real. For real, for real. And then he says, don't suppose you'd fancy making me immortal. Okay, so he does know about it. He does know about it. Literally the next statement. And then we see Beppo, he says, keep your paws off the captain. And then we see Sulong Beppo big as hell. God damn, Beppo. So everybody been waiting to see Sulong Beppo. Yes, sir. We getting Sulong Beppo. And he smacks both Blackbeard and Van Auger. And they get sent flying back. Blackbeard shocked. He says, huh? They said, did he go Sulong? And they said, no way, there's no moon. So Chopper got the sauce to turn Minx into Sulong without needing the moon. That is dope. So Beppo throws like a big boulder at the Blackbeard pirates. And it says Winter Island, New World. And someone say, crap, they're escaping by sea. On this day, the Heart Pirates, and we see Law near death. Law says, go back, Beppo. And Beppo is like swimming with Law on his back. He's huff. Law says, we can't abandon our crew. We can't go back, but trust them. Captain, but trust, he says, sorry. We can't go back, but trust them, Captain. From the freezing ports of the north till now, we've always survived. None of us will let it end here. And I don't really know what I'm. Okay, so we see Beppo again. I think Beppo lost it. He transformed back to normal Beppo. And he says, "We've overcome so much together. So don't you dare die, Captain. Please don't die." And it says, "Led by Trafalgar Law, we're soundly defeated. A humil Okay, so this is the older box finishing. Led by Trafalgar Law, were soundly defeated. A humiliating retreat." One Piece, chapter 1081, end. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, that was a heck of a chapter. That was a heck of a chapter right there, man. That was a heck of a chapter. Bro, where do I start with that? Where do I start with this chapter? Where do I start with this chapter? So, Garp, we get the aftermath of what Garp did. Pretty much wiped out a bunch of Blackbeard pirates, and it's almost seeming like the Kobe rescue mission is all going smoothly. Kobe's running with Hibari trying to get away, and we see Hibari just freeze. She turns to ice. We already know who this is because not that long after Aokiji shows up right in front of Garp. Garp is pretty much like, "Hey, Aokiji, turn my subordinates back. Like unthaw them, I guess. Unthaw my subordinates." But Aokiji's like, "Nah, I think I'm good with that." And we see before the fight start, we kind of get a flashback of when Aokiji actually met the Blackbeard pirates. Like they're on some random island. San Juan Wolf and the other Blackbeard pirates are turned to ice, and Aokiji's at the bar drinking, just drinking. He just left the Marines and everything. Seemingly, it seemed like he's just depressed because he left the Marines, don't know what to do with his life. Blackbeard shows up demanding for Aokiji to unfreeze his crew, and Aokiji's like, "Look, you better be careful with using those quake powers or you're going to kill your crew." But sometime after that, Aokiji unfreezes them, and Aokiji's having the blast with the Blackbeard pirates. They're all drinking, partying, eating, all that stuff. And Aokiji's telling the Blackbeard pirates, like, "Look, like, I'm not with the Marines no more. Me and Akainu fought. He took my leg. I'm done with the Marines. I'm out for my own justice." And we see, what's his name? Lafitte. We see Lafitte whisper to Blackbeard like, "Hey, so, should we take his powers? Should we roll up on this guy, take his powers? I mean, this would be an easy thing. We could all jump him." And then Aokiji's like, "Bro, I heard that." And he said, he's like, he pretty much like, I'll ice age everybody, right? And Blackbeard's like, look, hey, look. I'm not trying to have no beef with you, Aokiji. But question is, like, what are you going to do? What do you do moving forward, right? What do you do moving forward? He says, "If anything, you should join my crew. Join my crew." Aokiji's like, "Look, we just met. Don't think just because I'm drinking with you guys that I'm trying to be on friendly terms with you." Blackbeard's like, "Okay, I get it, but what else are you going to do? I'm just saying we all have our own agendas. That's why we're working with each other. We all have different agendas, which is interesting. I wonder if we will ever get each, like, the agendas of all the other Blackbeard crew. Because now we're kind of getting a little similarity of the Straw Hat crew, right? Because we know that all the Straw Hats have their own agendas. Like, we know Zoro, his agenda is to become the world's strongest swordsman, right? Sanji wants to see the all blue. Nico Robin wants to learn everything about the secrets of the world and everything. Chopper wants to be able to heal everybody. Frankie wants to build a ship that travels all around the world. Who am I forgetting? Usopp wants to become a great warrior of the sea. Brook wants to meet up with Laboon again. And Nami wants to map out the whole world, right? I feel like I might be forgetting somebody. You guys let me know, and let me know their agendas if I'm forgetting somebody. I think I said everybody though. Jinbei wants to I think he wants that equality for his people, right? Other than that, I don't think Jinbei has any greater purpose other than the equality for fishmen, So yeah, so we learn that all the Blackbeard pirates have their own agendas, right? So I wonder if they're kind of mirroring maybe the Straw Hats. Like, do Shiru wants to be the world's strongest? You know what I'm saying? Does he want to be the world's strongest swordsman? We don't really know enough about them just yet to know what their agendas is. So I don't really want to speculate because I don't think anybody in Blackbeard's crew are trying to map out the entire world or see the all blue or meet up with Laboon. So I don't think they have the same agendas, right? But yeah, I'm curious what these agendas are because it does kind of mirror how the Straw Hats function. And I think now Oda is really mirroring how the Blackbeard pirates and the Straw Hats are very similar, right? We got 10 Titanic captains, and as of now, we got 9 Straw Hats, aside from Luffy, right? Not counting Luffy, we got, you could say, 9 captains of the Straw Hat, or 9 commanders of the Straw Hats, right? Not counting Luffy. So, a 10th one, right? So, when or if we'll ever get a 10th one, right? So, it's just, Straw Hats will have 10, Blackbeard will have 10. I think Straw Hats will have 10 though by the end, like 10 core crewmates, 10 core crewmates. And because I think it's going to be those 10 versus the 10 Titanic captains, Luffy versus Blackbeard. So it's just more fleshing out Blackbeard's crew and more mirroring of the Straw Hats, which I do like that. I do like that about this chapter. Especially we got a little bit of last chapter, which was cool. So yeah. So we go back to the current time with Aokiji and Garp fighting. Aokiji manages to freeze Garp, but Garp easily get out of that ice ball that he created, and then he punches Aokiji, seemingly sending him flying somewhere else, right? And then we cut to Winter Island, and we get the results of Law and his crew versus the Blackbeard pirates, and it's not looking too good for Law. It's not looking too good for Law. Law's laid out. Beppo is laid out. The Polar Tang is destroyed. All the like Law's pirates are all in the water. They're pretty much out. And it looks like Blackbeard, he's standing over in victory, and he's thinking like, hey, now, what do I do with the OP no Mi? What am I going to do with this? Do I use it? Do I sell it? He said, I don't think you have any interest in using that immortality surgery. I mean, I don't, unless you do, which I wonder why Blackbeard didn't try to negotiate with Law. Say, look, if you use this immortality surgery, I'll spare your crew, because I think Law would do something like that. Like a lot of people was always saying Law was going to use the immortality surgery on Luffy, right? And I'd always disagree with that because I would be like, I don't think Law would sacrifice himself just to save Luffy, unless it had something to do with his crew. Like if sacrificing himself to help Luffy was going to save his crew, then okay, I could see that happening. So in this case, I could see Law doing it on Blackbeard just to save his crew, right? Because Blackbeard would be willing to kill his crew. So I could see that being the case for Blackbeard, just so Law avoid his crew dying, right? Because Law seemingly really cares about his crew. Like he was even like, hey, we can't leave. We can't leave them. We got to go back for the crew. So Law is willing to take the L and possibly die for his crew. But Beppo's like, because later we see Beppo. I'm kind of jumping ahead, so let me slow down and rewind a little bit before that, right? Let me slow down and rewind a little bit before that moment. Beppo, right before Blackbeard could kill Law or steal his devil fruit, Beppo has some type of like medicine that he got from Chopper. He eats it, goes Sulong mode, smacks the Blackbeard pirates, I want to say Blackbeard and Van Auger he slaps, takes Law, get the hell out of Dodge, starts swimming, and escapes. He leaves Winter Island. So we do get to see Sulong, Beppo in this chapter, and seemingly he's strong enough to at least, slap Blackbeard around a little bit, even though he didn't like put Blackbeard down or nothing, because next time we see Blackbeard was relatively fine, but that's a bit of a feat though to be able to do what he did. Even though he did catch Blackbeard off guard, I don't think he's beating Blackbeard. Let's be real. I don't think Sulong Beppo is that strong. Blackbeard is still a Yonko. He still got 2 devil fruits. And he still is a very dangerous man. But yeah, Sulong Beppo escapes with Law also turning back to normal Beppo, seemingly. And Law is like, hey, we gotta go back, get the rest of the crew. Beppo's like, nah, because Law's crew really love him. I think they're willing to sacrifice themselves for him just as much as Law is willing to sacrifice himself for them. So Beppo's like, hey, they'll be fine. We've survived up to this point. They will survive. So we just got to get out of here for now. Get you somewhere safe. So I think that was a smart call by Beppo, because there's no point in all of them dying, right? Especially if they could possibly survive and Law could come back and save them later. So that is pretty much the end of the chapter. I don't know if we got a chapter next week because it didn't say we got a break, but I think next week is Golden Week in Japan. So I think Golden Week starts next week. I think it starts tomorrow technically, or it starts in a couple days. So we might have a break. But yeah, great freaking chapter. It was a great chapter. I really enjoyed it. It was nice seeing Garp fight. I want to get some more of this Garp and Aokiji. I hope next chapter is solely Garp and Aokiji. I'll be fine with that personally. I'll be fine with just a full chapter worth of fighting with Garp and Aokiji. If it's not next chapter, maybe the chapter after that. I just want to get a nice full chapter of Garp, fighting Aokiji. Could possibly lead to Garp's death, or at least to Garp's capture, right? Like, it could lead to Garp getting captured. I can also see Garp maybe holding back all the Blackbeard pirates by himself in order to let his allies escape. You know what I mean? And then that could lead to, Garp having to sacrifice himself in order to make sure they leave. But I could also see Aokiji seeing the value in keeping Garp alive for Blackbeard. You know what I mean? And another thing about this chapter, it also kind of nails down the possibility that Aokiji is actually in this. Like, he's actually all in and heavily invested with the Blackbeard pirates. A part of me still do believe that Aokiji is undercover, and this is just to sell himself to the Blackbeard pirates and the Blackbeard himself, and saying, "Look, I beat Garp for you guys. This is the guy I look up to. You know what I mean? This is the guy I looked up to. I killed him or captured him for you. So don't question my loyalty, even though he's still not loyal, right? It just sells, you know." And I can also see Garp knowing this as well and understanding that Aokiji is doing this for the sake of gaining Blackbeard's trust. But I don't know. Y'all had to let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think Aokiji is full in with Blackbeard, or do y'all think that he is undercover? Like maybe he's part of Sword and he's undercover. Because he fits the description of being a Sword member at this point. So I don't know. But yeah, y'all, that is pretty much the chapter. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Also, subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications. Comment. I was about to say combat. Comment down below your thoughts on this chapter. Let me know what you thought of the reaction. What did I get right? What did I get wrong? Let me know in the comments. Also, make sure you guys are following me on Twitch so you can catch me live. You can engage with me in real time. If you want to get at me directly, make sure you follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And join the Discord. That's going to be the best place to get at me because that's where I'm usually the most active. And if you want to send me content to react to, I have a submission channel in the Discord for you guys to submit stuff, submit content, right? Submit content. Also, if you want to be part of a future discussion stream, make sure you are a member of the Discord because that's an exclusive thing that my Discord members get. It's a exclusive privilege because that's the only way you could really even get on the discussion. You gotta be in the Discord, so then you could be part of the VC and you could be part of the discussion. So yeah, make sure you're a member of the Discord. All of these will be in the description box down below. Anyway, y'all, it's your boy Sean P, the Bluff God, and I'm out of here. Peace.